This is ABC7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
They're trying to come in and take away our property rights, and that shouldn't be like that. That's the commissioner's job, is to protect the people who voted them in, and they should stand up for our rights.
Despite months of protests and pleas from thousands of residents, Manatee County commissioners are saying yes to phosphate giant Mosaic. The company requested a rezoning on 3,600 acres so it could expand mining operations. Mosaic may have won the battle, but opponents say the war isn't over and there could be a legal challenge on the way. Good evening, everyone. I'm Alan Conan. Welcome to ABC7 at 7. We'll have more on the expansion of Mosaic's Wingate East mine coming up, but first, our top 7 stories at 7. And we begin with a nationwide event taking place called A Day Without Immigrants. Those taking place, they say they are protesting what they believe are President Trump's xenophobic executive orders, as well as the increasing number of deportations. It's being observed across the country, around Florida, and right here, even on the Suncoast. The idea is spread on social media today. Immigrants are staying home from school and work. Locally, several immigrant-owned businesses in Bradenton and Sarasota closed their doors. Statements were posted on windows and online explaining why. Those opposed to the movement say it is misguided.
We're showing solidarity and support for everyone that is afraid or unsure of their future under this new presidency of Donald Trump.
Donald Trump's pretty clear on what he's doing in his policies. It's America first. It's not anti-immigration, it's anti-illegal immigration. These are lawbreakers.
According to the U.S. Census Bureau, more than 100,000 immigrants live in Sarasota and Manatee counties. After more than 5 delays, a lift station in Sarasota is making progress. Work to decommission Lift Station 7 and replace it with Station 87 has been a challenge. It began when the Department of Environmental Protection ordered the facility to be upgraded. The price tag, $30 million. The initial engineering company stopped work, saying it was unable to tunnel properly. A legal battle followed, and now a new company is completing the first phase.
Right now, we're actually in the zone where the previous attempts had failed. So we're starting to breathe a little bit lighter right now, but we're not going to breathe extremely light until the whole project's finished.
The project is slated for completion in the last quarter of 2020. Despite hurricanes and Zika, 2016 was a record year for Florida's tourism industry, the state leading the nation in the number of visitors. Today, Governor Rick Scott held a press conference saying 112 million tourists came to the state, resulting in $109 billion in revenue. It is the 6th consecutive record year for tourism. Scott credits state-funded marketing efforts.
Think about this, 112 million tourists, and that was after a year where we had Zika, we had 2 hurricanes, and we had the Pulse terrorist attack in Orlando. So the marketing effort locally and Visit Florida has had a dramatic impact on getting jobs in our state and getting these tourists here.
Scott's support for marketing agencies Visit Florida and Enterprise Florida have become a bone of contention between him and some state legislators, namely Florida House Speaker Richard Corcoran. Corcoran is leading a movement to eliminate funding for Visit Florida and Enterprise Florida. He even produced a scathing video on YouTube accusing the agencies of foolish spending and corruption. Visit Florida came under fire after a botched $1 million deal with rapper Pitbull. Corcoran says we don't need the agencies to bring in tourists, and some Suncoast businesses agree.
So great, our tourism numbers up, make the nexus and the causation between tourism and what we're spending.
Maybe they don't have to hire famous rappers, but to cut advertising, it would be ridiculous.
A House measure to abolish Enterprise Florida and Visit Florida will be debated by the House Appropriations Committee on Tuesday. Now to Northport, where preparations are underway to remember a well-known teacher. A funeral service will be held this weekend for Holly Fisher, a teacher at Herring Creek Middle School. She died on Saturday. Police say Fisher shot her husband and then turned the gun on herself. Her husband, Jason Fisher, is recovering and says it was an accident. Fisher's memorial service will be at the South Biscayne Church at 3 o'clock this Saturday. Now to a follow-up on the 6-alarm fire last June that destroyed 2 warehouses and forced a restaurant to close. JR's old packing house is once again open for business. It had been closed for 8 months. The fire caused smoke damage to the interior. But the owner says many of his staff members stayed on to help repair the building.
And some of them stayed with me and we just did stuff like 2 of my guys painted and cleaned every day. One of my ladies was the painter or cleaner lady. Another lady was my construction lady. Everybody just chipped in and did stuff.
JR says all his staff prior to the fire have now returned to work. A new multi-use trail is now open in Venice. A ribbon-cutting ceremony took place this morning to celebrate the new path near West Venice Avenue and Park Boulevard. Work has been underway for months to widen the existing trail and make it handicap accessible. Construction was finally completed on Tuesday. The new paved path is actually made of recycled tires. And Bob, what a wonderful day for it.
Beautiful. In fact, the temperatures were into the low 70s, low humidity, comfortable out there, and a great day for a walk in the park. And right now, pretty chilly out there. So if you're going to be doing some walking, jackets and sweaters will be required. Just in a couple of minutes from now, you may be able to see the International Space Station go by too overhead. Right now, skies are clear. It's 59 degrees and the dew point is way down there at 46. There is the direction it's coming out of the northwest. It will disappear east-southeast. You'll see it for about 5 minutes. And the maximum height will be 42 degrees above the horizon. And it looks like we'll see clear skies overnight, which will allow the temperature to fall down into the low to mid 40s inland and even some upper 40s near the beaches. Now, the forecast looks like this through this evening. A bit chilly by 11, 51 degrees, and we're anticipating a warm-up, though, as we head into the weekend. There's also a chance for a few showers, too, over the weekend. We'll talk more about that later. Already into the 50s over the Panhandle, 60s over most of the rest of the state, although 71 now in Miami, a bit warmer there in southeast Florida. But all in all, the cool spell will not last all that long. Ellen, we are looking at the potential for some showers on Saturday.
We have our cameras trained on the sky for the International Space Station. It's all in the timing because we're just about a minute away. I'm sorry, folks.
I'm
go
going to
outside.
go live on Facebook, though.
Okay.
We'll go up there. All right.
Thanks a lot, Bob. Still to come, Manatee County commissioners are approving plans to expand phosphate mining in our area, but will opponents challenge the decision? We'll have the details when we return.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Why moving far away for love can actually make you miserable in Health Smart.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need
the Debt Ninja. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, you could be facing wage garnishments, levies, liens, property seizure, cancellation of business license, closure of business. The Debt Ninja fights your IRS debt. That's why you need the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja has found the best companies in the country who are on your side to fight debt. Want to learn if you qualify for the IRS Financial Hardship Program? Stop the IRS from garnishing your wages. Even if your bank account has been seized, if you have undeclared taxes, if you have existing IRS debt, it's not too late to call, so grab your phone now. Call the Debt Ninja at 800-945-0083. That's 800-945-0083. Settle your IRS debt to get the power of the Debt Ninja. Dial this number now, 800-945-0083.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
For hours, over the course of days and weeks, Manatee County residents and environmentalists pleaded with commissioners to reject Phosphate Giant Mosaic's request to expand its operations at the company's Wingate mine. Late yesterday, a 5-2 vote, commissioners rejected those concerns and gave Mosaic the go-ahead.
That are reclaimed as lake are also exempt from those regulations.
In the end, it wasn't even close. Overwhelmingly, county commissioners approved Mosaic's request to rezone 3,600 acres of its Wingate mine to expand its phosphate mining operation.
We have neighbors, certainly at the Wingate Creek mine. We've been good neighbors, and we want to continue to be good neighbors.
But at least some of those neighbors aren't too happy. For months, they, along with environmental groups, protested and pleaded with county commissioners to reject Mosaic's request, concerned mining operations could contaminate local waters and impact home values.
Our well water, our bath water, our drinking water, our peace and tranquility, the dust and the radiation that comes through the air across the road, the sounds of the equipment 24/7. I mean, it'll just disrupt our whole world.
The mine is right next to the Lake Manatee watershed, and operations will be close to at least 1,000 feet from at least 24 homes.
It would be unbearable, stressful, not knowing what's in the water, what's in the air. I'm not willing to take that risk with my daughter's life.
Adding to the fear of many residents, last fall's sinkhole at Mosaic's mine in Polk County, where millions of gallons of contaminated water leaked into an underground aquifer. In the end, the company was unable to sway nearby residents in Manatee. But after hearing from the county's attorney that rejecting Mosaic's request could result in litigation, commissioners went along. 2 spoke out against the proposal, but the majority were in favor, saying they don't like mining, but do trust Mosaic.
I want Mosaic to work something out with me and my wife and maybe relocate us. I do not want to be around there. They got too many ifs and too many, maybe it might not hurt. It shouldn't do this and it shouldn't do that, as far as the water and the air. And I just don't want to take that chance with my family.
It's not over. Opponents have 30 days to file a lawsuit if they choose. Mosaic must revise its plan, and the Army Corps of Engineers has to sign off. Coming up, we'll speak to a resident and an environmentalist at the trapezoid.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-658-3433. 800-658-3433.
There's a whole new way to bank at Achieva Credit Union with Achieva Checking Plus. Get new unique features like full ID theft protection and online shopping rewards. Plus, it's an interest-bearing account, so you have a little extra for what really matters. Achieva Checking Plus isn't just an account for your money, it's for your life, including cell phone insurance. And that's good to know. Discover the plus at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
So Manatee County commissioners are giving phosphate giant Mosaic the thumbs up to expand its mining operation in Manatee County. Is that it? It will be at least a year before Mosaic can start mining on 3,600 acres at its Wingate mine. The county commission is requiring the company to revise some aspects of its plan. Opponents might file suit, and the company still needs the okay from the Army Corps of Engineers and other agencies. So did Mosaic satisfy nervous residents? And if not, what comes next? Joining us for more is Andy Melee of Suncoast Waterkeepers and Christy Wells Simpson, who lives near the Mosaic sinkhole in Hillsborough County. And it's important to note that we asked both Mosaic and a representative from the County Commission to join us. Mosaic did not respond, and the County Commission spokesman told us there is a 30-day period during which commissioners are advised by the county attorney not to comment on the mining proposal. Still, we appreciate you both for joining us here. Andy, you followed these hearings very closely over the last couple of days, weeks, and months. Mosaic did put in quite an effort to try to satisfy both commissioners and residents that it is safe and that they will do a good job in terms of restoring the property to wildlife status when they're done.
The problem is nobody believes Mosaic anymore. The only people who believe Mosaic are those 5 commissioners and all the suits who were paid to believe it.
There were some residents that spoke up for them and said that that Mosaic has been a good neighbor.
Yeah, Mosaic did a study some years ago to find out what the public's perception of it was, of phosphate mining was. They found there was no public perception, so they decided to write the book. And that's why they've been doing these ads with leafy trees and beautiful endangered species and, you know, attractive girls in hard hats. We create jobs, we feed the world, all that kind of. They've been building public opinion. The fact is, though, that the track record is not there. They at the final hearing the other day, just yesterday, they were asked by Commissioner Smith what the percentage of reclaimed and signed off released lands were in Manatee County. And a total of something like 17,000 acres. There were, I think it was in double digits. It was like 67, or you know, it was less than 100 acres that had been reclaimed and released by the FDEP. And released doesn't mean that the land is rescued and saved. It means that it's just showing signs.
Of course, this hearing was supposed to take place last fall, but as we all know, that incredible sinkhole opened up in Polk County at Mosaic's facility there, and hundreds of millions of gallons of slightly radioactive water went into the aquifer. Christy, you live nearby. If you could explain for a moment, you do live in Hillsborough County near the Polk County line?
Right. The New Wells plant is on the Hillsborough County line. So water flows west, and I am exactly west, about 5 to 6 miles from that plant.
What did you experience? I mean, we all saw those incredible aerial views of that giant sinkhole, and we both followed what Mosaic was saying about whether the water system was affected by it. What did you and your family experience?
At first, the water would just smell like the house water would just have this weird smell, and it kind of smelled like, we would describe it as perm, like you'd walk into a hair salon, somebody getting a perm mixed with sulfur. And then as time went on, it started to smell like fuel. And I had my own mother came over and I'm like, what do you smell? And she said, I smell turpentine or kerosene. And I literally, it takes your breath away. So if you were to lean down and smell it, it's like a natural reaction of the oxygen being taken away, and you gag.
Right, but both the company and environmental officials said that in the end this did not affect the aquifer, and they insist that the public was in no way in danger. Do you take both the company and the state at its word?
Absolutely not. I mean, even in our area, all the water flows downward, and it goes to Lithia Springs. That is a known thing, and so Lithia Springs floods. The area, the houses are flooded over there, and it was closed down 3 days after the sinkhole, and then closed down for about 5 or 6 weeks. But of course, it wasn't unrelated to that. They said the water levels were high. Well, I have pictures, and the water levels were low. The hurricane that came through near that time was way on the other side of Florida and other counties. It didn't affect us at all.
Obviously, and the hearings were pushed back from the fall until now. The company says that there were other reasons for the delay, but it seems that a good deal of time was put in between that incident and the hearings in Manatee County. And if that had an impact on public opinion and public servants, it was not apparent in terms of the results of this commission meeting.
I think you could have had people at the gates of the county office building with torches and pitchforks calling for the king's head. And they still would have voted that way. They were under instruction. The system and the process do not protect public health and safety in the environment. They just don't. The comp plan doesn't protect it, and the mining ordinance does not protect it. They're so full of loopholes that virtually anything can get through. And the process is that, by working for years with county staff on our dime, Mosaic is able to dot the I's and cross the T's so that every single legal avenue is foreclosed. And they have to approve.
I want to get more into that in our second segment, but we are just getting started with our discussion of Mosaic's phosphate mining operations in Manatee County, and our discussion will continue right after we check on the weather. Stay with us.
Nick Bolton here with the new Tac Light Lantern from Bell & Howell. The Tac Light Lantern collapses down smaller than a smartphone and weighs less than a pound. But don't let its small size fool you. It's twice as bright as an ordinary lantern. The secret is the genuine Bell & Howell Cobb LEDs that are smaller, brighter, and more energy efficient than regular LEDs. They make our Tac Light Lantern so bright, it can fill an entire room with light and visible up to 2 nautical miles away. Plus, this lantern is built like a tank. It's heat resistant, works submerged in water, and can survive even the coldest conditions.
Act now, and through this special TV offer, you can get the Bell & Howell Tac Light Lantern for just $19.99 plus free shipping. But that's not all. Order today and we'll also upgrade you to our deluxe Tac Light Lantern with magnetic base, absolutely free. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-897-7755 or go to taclightlantern.com.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Our discussion of Mosaic's plan to expand its mining operations in Manatee County continues in a moment, but right now let's get a check on our weather from Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrod. Bob.
Thanks, Alan. Just had a chance to see the International Space Station fly on by. It was rather impressive. And also, if you look to the west, you can see Venus really lit up tonight in the skies. Now, as far as our forecast goes, looks to be really nice tonight. Clear skies. You can see some high cirrus clouds coming overhead every once in a while. And it looks like we'll see fair skies, which will allow that temperature to drop down pretty cool. In fact, by 11 o'clock tonight, expected to be down into the low 50s, even some upper 40s. A beautiful shot last night of the sunset. If you have a photo of tonight's sunset, send it into Pix, P-I-X, at mysuncoast.com. We'll try to get that on the air at 11 o'clock tonight. Well, the Titan radar picture not depicting any rainfall around right now, and It'll stay quiet until Saturday late. There's a chance that we may see a few showers come Saturday with a developing storm system. As far as the wind goes, it has been breezy over the last couple of days, but the winds will be actually dying down considerably. Now, they'll be out of the east throughout much of the afternoon. That will warm things up in the low 70s, but a little west coast sea breeze will develop and kick in, and you'll see those winds veer back around to the west near the area beaches, at least for about 3 to 4 miles inland along the coast. Now, temperature currently it's 59 degrees already in Sarasota at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport, and as far as the dew point goes, that's down to 46 degrees. That means it's dry, and it looks as though we will see low temperatures in the 40s. The temperature usually falls down to right around or close to the dew point temperature with light winds and clear skies. That will happen tonight. 62 right now into Venice out at the end of the pier. 70 the high today, a few degrees shy of the normal, which is 73, and it looks as though we'll get back to near 80 degrees as early as Monday of next week. Well, no rainfall to report, and it's been rather dry. As I said, no rain on Friday as high pressure will continue to dominate the weather over all of the state. This high pressure will eventually get bumped off to the east as an area of low pressure develops in the Gulf of Mexico. But notice what happens in this particular model. It shows that the showers out there in the Gulf weaken as they approach the west coast of Florida late Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. We'll keep about a 40% chance for rain in the evening hours on Saturday as a result of that storm system. It should get out of here pretty quickly, though. Sunday looks to be nice, sunshine coming back into play, and temperatures will still be into the mid-70s. So this isn't a cold front. It's just an area of low pressure that's expected to move in. California can't get away from the rainfall. They had more rain today. And look at this storm off into the Pacific right there. That's a rather healthy storm. They're projecting rainfall totals up to 3 to 4 inches of rain, and we could even see some record amounts for those folks out there. Temperatures in the 20s and 30s over the Northeast, much warmer over the central U.S. In fact, it's warmer in Denver right now than it is here. And the forecast looks like this for boaters tomorrow. Winds will be rather light, anywhere from 10 knots to start the day off, becoming 5 knots out of the west later on in the afternoon. A light chop in the bays and inland waters. The water temperature now 70 degrees. That's well above average. And the tides upcoming. The next low tide will be at 11:23. And the forecast tonight calling for cooler conditions, clear skies, 48 for your low. Tomorrow, a beautiful day, high of 73, mostly sunny. And the extended forecast, clouds increasing on Saturday, a chance for showers at 50% during the late afternoon, 40 at night on Saturday. Alan will be right back after this.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
Florida's last private island is a waterfront lifestyle like no other. This is Harbor Isle, just 5 minutes from the sugar sand beaches of Anna Maria Island. This sun-splashed paradise invites you to enjoy natural adventures and all the recreation of a tropical resort. Island coach homes and waterfront condos are now available from the high 400s, plus incredible savings on move-in ready homes. Come tour 6 designer models. This is the time of your life. Make it island time at Harbor Isle. Go to mintofla.com now.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help.
And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500, starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we are discussing Mosaic's mining operation in Manatee County. After months of controversy, the county commission approved a rezoning request for the Wingate East property last night. Our guests tonight are Andy Maley of Suncoast Waterkeepers and Christy Wells Simpson, who lives near Mosaic's Mulberry facility. We also want to note again that we invited Mosaic and the county to have a representative tonight. Our requests were not answered. The county said that commissioners had been advised to wait 30 days before making a public comment about that. So, Andy, I want to get back to something that you started saying before, that you felt that opponents really never had much of a shot here. And on one hand, I'm wondering if you agree, it's understandable from the point of view that the assistant county attorney said a total denial outright, that could be a tough case for us to defend, because years ago when Mosaic wanted to expand the mining operation and the county denied that request, Mosaic filed a $617.8 million lawsuit. So aren't county commissioners just protecting the financial interests of Manatee County residents?
The Florida Constitution holds that elected public servants are serving in the public interest. So it depends on how you twist that. To me, nothing trumps health and safety in the environment. That's what we all depend on. They got sued once. The likelihood that that suit would have succeeded is minimal. We had testimony to that effect.
But the legal bills that it would incur,
the legal bills would be formidable, yes. But Attorney Clegg himself said that they have an in-house team that is one of the best in the business to deal with property rights litigation. They don't have to go get expensive, outside legal help.
Now, Christy, we've all seen on watching television that Mosaic makes a substantial effort to get across to residents in Manatee County and across the Tampa Bay area that it is a good citizen, that they take care of these areas after mining operations are over with. You live in the area where those mining operations are. What do you see? What do you hear?
The local elementary school, Pinecrest Elementary on the corner, has a Mosaic sign underneath it, on their front sign. I remember going to the Rays game and seeing a Mosaic banner, and I'm going, why would they advertise? Because we don't go to Mosaic and buy anything. And then all of a sudden you see all these commercials about how they're giving back to the community and these cute little animals, and I'm going, why are they telling us this? And so I was telling everybody, isn't this suspicious? Why are they trying to create this whole, perception of them when they have nothing to do with this? We're not going to buy anything from them. Like, what is their purpose? So I knew there had to be an ulterior motive.
Annie, I'm wondering what you think when Mosaic says that after it's done with its mining operations, they restore the area, they create additional conservation area, and they've bought other properties to preserve wildlife and wetlands, that it does a good thing, and that in the end, it's a net plus for our community and not a net minus.
If you look at everything, you do a cost-benefit analysis, which I have done, phosphate mining is a net loss to the state and to the people of the counties and the region. There is the profits leave because it's privately held, publicly held company. Profits leave, product leaves, the wealth of the land leaves, and all the sustainable jobs that were on that agricultural land are foreclosed. The black eye given to the region from a tourism perspective is there. So you can measure diminished returns from tourism revenue. You can also measure diminished returns on property values.
So what happens now? Obviously, there are 30 days where somebody could file a suit to try to stop this. Is your organization going to take part in that? What do you hear? How likely is that to happen?
I'm sitting here talking to you, so I'm already compromising our ability to take action anyhow. I'd love to. I would love to see an appeal, and there should be an appeal, and there may be an appeal. And I will certainly support one if it materializes.
We also reported that a number of agencies still have to give this the okay, including the Army Corps of Engineers. Do you have any confidence, whether it's the state or the federal government, that any of these agencies would stop it?
Well, the state gives the permit rubber stamp just right off the bat. You just throw something at FDEP and they rubber stamp it and you're good to go. The county's a little bit harder, but the Corps of Engineers, Suncoast Waterkeeper, my group, and 3 others are involved in litigation with the Army Corps of Engineers over the issuance of these Clean Water Act Section 404 permits.
Well, the question that comes from that is obviously that there is a new sheriff in town in Washington, and a different view at the EPA and other federal government regulatory agencies. So if it was a uphill battle to begin with, is the mountain that much higher now?
Sure, but you can't, that's no reason to just give up and roll over and play dead. You know, there's people at stake. We're hearing reports of illnesses all over the areas where they have phosphogypsum stacks and chemical plants. This is something that hasn't even been approached yet.
Right, but it is true that the waste from the mining operation in Manatee County is going to be handled differently than it is in Hillsborough and Polk counties. The gypsum stacks that were created by the operations in Polk County will not be created here. Right?
They're not going to be created in Manatee County, but guess where the waste from Manatee County is going to go?
Christie's Way.
Christie's Way, exactly.
And Mosaic openly stated to the commissioners, Manatee commissioners stated, well, are we going to have sinkholes here like they did over New Wells? And they said, oh no, your land, or your thickness of your soil and land is about 200 or 300 feet. And over in New Wells, it's as thin as 80 feet in places. And then they said, and where are you going to take our waste to? And they said, the New Wells plant.
And that plant has 4 sinkholes.
Yeah.
4 sinkholes, right, including one that was down there for 6 years, leaking processed water, leaking contaminated water, unknown, unreported to this day. This is the first anybody's heard of it. It's in black and white in the primary source documents taken off the FDEP website. 47 million gallons over 6 years going into the intermediate aquifer, which is where everybody's wells are.
You know, I got to say one more time that I really wish that Mosaic took part in this broadcast, because it's important to have both sides represented. And if Mosaic had any contrary points of view in terms of what we're talking about here, it would be worthwhile for our viewers to avail themselves of it, because we have seen when it comes to the sinkhole out in Polk County that sometimes there is misreporting of it, and then that happened just last week. So it's important for people who live, whether it's near the Polk County mine or in Manatee County, to get accurate information from both sides.
Sure, there's no question about that. Certainly give you that. Yeah, it would be good to have them here. It'd be good to look them in the eye. They will only talk from a controllable perspective, a perspective they can actually control. In other words, their own paid advertising is the dispensing of small sums of cash to local institutions and stuff like that.
Christy,
that's their milieu.
How closely did you follow the commission hearings in Manatee County? Did you come out and try to tell commissioners what you experienced and the concerns that you have?
Yes, I spoke at the hearing, and I went to every single one, all 3, because it got spread out over 3 days, and I went to every single one and I followed it closely. The thing to me is that, obviously, like you said, it's a whole legal perspective of, are they going to be sued? So are they looking out for their citizens' the best interest, because could this be an expensive legal battle? And the only reason that you can deny it, it appeared to me from my limited knowledge of it, is that there has to be overriding public benefit. And why isn't water, clean water for the citizens, an overriding public benefit? Case closed. Why are we even here? It just seemed like there was no common sense, because our water supply has decreased drastically. And Commissioner DeSabatino, she said that it's been announced we're going to have a water shortage about 2030, so that's, what, 13 years away?
Well, I guess my question is, when you were speaking to the commission, did you have the impression that they were really listening to what you were saying and taking seriously what you have already experienced?
I think that it was definitely weighing on their consciousness and they had repeated, I don't know if they had stated things like, I don't know if I can live with taking our waste and dumping it to our other communities and to the neighbors' backyard and contaminating them, you know, especially where there's all these sinkholes. It's going into the aquifer.
And they said, but we're not allowed to consider that.
But we're not allowed to consider that. We have to only consider our county.
Wonderful. All right, let's take a quick break, and when we return, we'll have final thoughts from our guests, plus what some of our viewers are saying about the state of the Florida citrus industry. Stay with us.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like cell phone protection for 3 phones, plus an interest-bearing account. And that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at AchievaCU.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Car experts and customers agree. There's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru had the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $209 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru True Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Contemporary Cabinetry and Closet Concepts. Our strength is in building a relationship with our clients. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years. When you organize your home, you simplify your life. Call today for a free in-home consultation or visit the web at contemporarycabinetry.srq.com.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like full ID theft protection, and that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at AchievaCU.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back. The clock is ticking. Opponents of the Wingate East Mine Phosphate plant in Manatee County have 30 days to challenge a rezoning request by the County Commission. What can we expect to happen next? And our guests join us right now for final thoughts. Christy, you have lived this experience. You have spoken to the Manatee County Commission. You live near the Polk County facility. What would you like to say to people in Manatee County who live near the Wingate East facility in terms of what to experience and what would you like to see happen?
I've heard over and over during the hearing that until they want to give Mosaic a chance to see if they can really reclaim these lands and prove themselves, then they'll let them mine these other areas. Why not look at Hillsborough County and and Bartow, Mulberry, what's already happened? These lands, they might temporarily test okay for low radium levels, but they put soil over the contaminants and they leach and they grow, just like the Love Canal in New Jersey, or I'm sorry, New York. And so as this grows and gets stronger and stronger, it's coming up. And so this is failing. There's no scientific proof.
But you still live in the area around that plant?
Yes.
Why?
Because this is all new and I'm trying to figure out what to do. I take showers with gallons of water. I have gallons of water everywhere. We boil with gallons of water.
Andy, what is next in terms of residents and environmentalists who still oppose this?
We need to have, well, in government, we need to have people stand up for the people. We need to have an FDEP that has the guts to say, okay, we are not going to issue this permit. We're going to let the permit at least go off automatically after 60 days, but we're not going to sign it. We're just going to we're going to let it go into default as a statement.
How likely is that to happen, given the?
Not very likely. And then we need to, because phosphate mining now has a very public profile in these counties, we need to run some good candidates for county commission and get these people out of there. I think we can run people on a no phosphate platform. I think it's that important to the people.
Okay. Mosaic, County Commission, wish you were here. Would love to have heard what you had to say. But before we go, we want to share with you what some of our viewers are saying about last night's topic, the citrus industry. It accounts for nearly $9 billion in annual revenue for Florida, but recently growers have been struggling. Trees are taking a beating from record heat, low rainfall totals, and citrus greening disease. We asked you what you think, and Donna Patrick writes, prices will be scary. I love citrus. Nina Powers writes, climate change seems to be disrupting long-standing weather patterns that are negatively impacting Florida citrus. Such a shame for our iconic citrus trees. Hope they will adapt. Love orange juice. And Karen Oser writes, but there is no such thing as climate change. Well, if you'd like to join the conversation about tonight's topic, just visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/news@7. And FYI, want to watch past roundtable discussions? They're available on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku. Thanks to our guests for being here tonight. Andy Mealy is with Suncoast Waterkeepers, and Christy Wells Simpson lives near a Mosaic facility in Hillsborough County. When we return, we'll have a final look at your weather, plus docs and Glocks. And federal court is ruling in favor of medical providers on an issue surrounding guns. We'll explain in our primetime headlines.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions Now.
Call 1-800-565-7740. That's 1-800-565-7740.
Robotic surgery is changing medicine. The robot has better vision than a human. You can see 10 times better magnification than the human eye, but it takes a human eye to run the machine. In fact, it takes multiple human eyes to treat a patient. We've perfected the team, we've perfected the procedure, and the more experienced the team, the better the quality outcome.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct prices.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Port Florida Home.
By Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window, we manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
Your primetime headlines are coming up in just a moment, but right now let's get a check on our weather from Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob.
Alan, get a look at this beautiful photo that was just sent in tonight. Sunset, Fred Seeger getting that. We see some serious contrails off in the upper levels. A beautiful sight it is, the Ringling Bridge in the foreground there, and it looks like we are going to see a beautiful night too. Clear skies and cooler temperatures, so sweaters and jackets required late tonight and tomorrow morning too. And no threat of any significant problems on Friday as a result of a large area of high pressure, and that high pressure ridge is pretty much over the top of us. It will slowly move to the east as a storm system approaches, but the storm system isn't going to be all that potent. 59 degrees right now. The dew point is at 46, the pressure 30.04 inches. That continues to rise, and the high today was 70 degrees, and this morning's low was 62. Here's the forecast overnight. Clear skies, just a little bit of cloudiness, but temperatures falling down into the mid to upper 40s, even near the coast. And then highs tomorrow will warm into the low 70s. The average high at 73, and that's where we'll be. We'll see a lot of sunshine around, maybe a little bit cooler right near the coast as a result of that sea breeze kicking in late in the day. Now, the high pressure ridge keeps skies clear from, for the most part, Mississippi to Alabama. The approaching storm system will bring a chance for showers not until late Saturday and Saturday evening, but that chance is not all that great. And then the big story obviously has been the story out west, and all winter long they've been getting hammered by a series of showers and storms. Another very strong storm offshore promises to bring some significant rainfall there in the next 48 hours. It could see up to an additional 4 inches of rainfall in places. East to southeast winds turn to the west at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be 2 to 3 feet with a light chop out there. Low tide upcoming 11:23, another one at 10:31 tomorrow morning. The forecast tonight, cooler, clear skies, 48 and lows in the low 40s inland. Mild tomorrow. It will be an absolutely outstanding day on Friday, 73 for your high. The extended forecast, chance for showers late Saturday, and then again on Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Temperatures staying warm. Al will be back with primetime headlines right after this.
Once upon a time, there were children who didn't know the magic of books. They didn't have stories to introduce them to enchanting characters. Now you can give stories that change lives. Go to magicofstorytelling.com to give all children the chance to follow their dreams.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV? The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-809-5196 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-809-5196. This offer's not in any store. Call now.
Nick Bolton here with the new Tac Light Lantern from Bell & Howell. The Tac Light Lantern collapses down smaller than a smartphone and weighs less than a pound. But don't let its small size fool you. It's twice as bright as an ordinary lantern. The secret is the genuine Bell & Howell Cobb LEDs that are smaller, brighter, and more energy efficient than regular LEDs. They make our Tac Light Lanterns so bright it can fill an entire room with light and visible up to 2 nautical miles away. Plus, this lantern is built like a tank. It's heat resistant, works submerged in water, and can survive even the coldest conditions.
Act now, and through this special TV offer, you can get the Bell & Howell Tac Light Lantern for just $19.99 plus free shipping. But that's not all. Order today and we'll also upgrade you to our deluxe Tac Light Lantern with magnetic base, absolutely free. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-897-7755 or go to taclightlantern.com.
Flooring Depot has been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties for over 20 years with the best products and installation. Flooring Depot offers carpet, tile, hardwood, and more. Before you buy, give us a try. Stop by our showroom or visit us on the web at bestvaluecarpet.com.
Now for a look at your primetime headlines. How would you describe President Trump's White House since taking office? He is calling it a well-oiled machine. In his first major news conference, the president praised the work of his administration, attacked the media, and called reports regarding his campaign and Russia fake news. ABC's Kenneth Moten has the latest from Washington.
President Trump's message to the people.
I don't think there's ever been a president elected who in this short period of time has done what we've done.
Trump covered a wide range of topics from his executive orders to fulfilling campaign promises. But in a surprise move, he took questions for nearly 90 minutes, tackling everything from Russia to stories of administration chaos.
There's zero chaos. We are running, this is a fine-tuned machine.
The president delivered a blistering attack on the media, pushing back against the New York Times report that the intelligence community is investigating contacts between his associates and Russia during the campaign.
I own nothing in Russia. I have no loans in Russia. I don't have any deals in Russia.
On one hand, the president called the stories fake news. On the other, he's declaring war against those leaking information to the media.
The leaks are absolutely real. The news is fake because so much of the news is fake.
House GOP members also focus on the leaks they want investigated.
If classified information is being leaked, that is criminal.
But a bipartisan group of senators is calling for committee investigations into the Trump team's alleged contacts with Russia.
We do not know all the facts, but we already know that something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
On those leaks, the president said he called the Justice Department to investigate. The former director of national intelligence said leaks need to be investigated, but not in a manner that's disparaging or destructive to the entire intelligence community. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
Florida legislators are considering a bill to change the vote-by-mail process because of rules that could have invalidated thousands of votes during the election. The bill is past its first House subcommittee today. Currently, voters can fix their mail-in ballots if they forget to sign it. However, there is no process for times when signatures don't appear to match. Last October, a federal judge ruled it is unconstitutional. Legislators say the change is needed, particularly for those people who are affected by health issues.
A lot of times through life, people change their signatures. Sometimes it's due to circumstances beyond their control. Parkinson's disease, degenerative muscle diseases, problems with loss of vision. Signatures can change gradually or rapidly.
Under the bill, it would be up to local supervisors of elections to contact affected voters. Florida Supreme Court is striking down a 24-hour waiting period for abortions passed by the state legislature. The High Court is upholding a lower court decision blocking the law. Governor Rick Scott signed it into law in 2015. It was quickly challenged by the ACLU, and the appeals court lifted an injunction on the law last year, putting it into effect for about 2 months until today's Supreme Court action. And another court is striking down a law banning doctors from asking their patients about gun ownership. The 11th Circuit Court of Appeals is ruling a law passed in 2011 forbidding doctors from asking about firearms is unconstitutional. The challenge was brought by a coalition of 11,000 medical providers and became known as the Docs versus Glocks. The law was backed by Governor Rick Scott. Now to new developments involving the suspect in the shooting rampage at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. Defense lawyers say Esteban Santiago is mentally competent to stand trial. The attorneys told a federal judge today he understands court proceedings and can assist his defense. Santiago is accused of flying from Anchorage, Alaska to Florida on January 6th and opening fire at a baggage claim area at the airport. Police say he fatally shot 5 people and wounded 6. If convicted, Santiago could face the death penalty. And that's all the time we have for this evening. I'm Alan Cohn. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.